Tori here with a really fun project. Today I'm creating a 9x12 layout for my album this year, and I have this photo of myself. I have this really gorgeous paper which came from Felicity Jane's summer collection. And I am actually making a layout today for Larkindesign. I'm on the design team for Teresa. And I have this really cool idea. Now I have no idea if this is going to work. And I really hope it does because I don't want to screw up this paper. But I have a cool idea, so I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. And we'll see if it works. So the really cool idea I have is that there is a 12x12 paper design that Teresa designed for the February release, and it's got all these gorgeous flowers on it. And I thought that instead of printing that paper on white paper, which was originally my thought, and then trying to color the flowers, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could print that design on an already colorful paper and then fussy cut it out? So, I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't work, but whatever. But that is my plan, is to print out the floral paper from the February release at Larkindesign on this really gorgeous paper. So then some of the flowers will have yellow, some will have pink, some will have this blue, and then some will have the like ombre from where if they printed on the ombre. Anyways, that is the plan. So I have my wide format printer and I have the image up on my computer, and I'm going to print it out on here, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys if it worked out and what it looks like. So I'll be back in a bit. Here is the moment of truth. I'm excited. I don't know why this never dawned on me to print digital files on top of already printed scrapbook paper. I don't know, I've never seen anybody do that before, and I've never done that, so I don't know why it's not done, because digital files can sometimes like be really cool, and obviously scrapbook paper is cool. So why don't we combine our two favorite things? This is like the definition of hybrid, I would like to say. Physical product, digital design. This is really cool. So there you go. Printed it out, and it worked really well actually, other than the fact that my printer is almost out of black ink. So instead of the flowers being black, they printed more gray, but I actually really love it. I think it's super soft and it'll look really pretty in the background. So what I need to do is I need to trim this down to 9 inches because I'm doing 9x12 this year instead of 12x12. I'm just gonna cut off 3 inches here. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fussy cut out these florals that are left on here so that I can have some flowers that are popped up a little bit. But that's pretty much what the background is going to look like, and I love it. So I'll be right back after I fussy cut this.
So I decided to stick you guys on fast forward just to make it a little faster. You know, when I originally started this layout, my plan was to actually fussy cut out all the flowers or floral images, but I just loved the way that that background looks so much that I wanted to highlight it by using it like as a full page. So that's what I'm going to do because it's so pretty, and Teresa designed this like really gorgeous flower, and I feel like it needs to be highlighted, so I'm actually really excited about the way that this layout turns out. It's like the epitome of like my favorite things, like flowers and pink and doilies and sequins and glitter, and it's just everything. I love it. So I started with that doily, and it was like a long oval one. By the way, I got my pack, I get my packs of white doilies at Michael's. They come in like big variety packs, and I just really like those. And then I felt like it needed something in between the photo and the doily. So I just grabbed some leftover like pink tissue paper that I had in my stash and layered that up. And then I've decided that I kind of want that doily and tissue paper in the photo to kind of go right off the page, like as if it's like right up to the side. Um, and I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. One, I like the way that it looks. Two, I wanted to show off as much of that background paper as I could. And three, I know that the title or quote that I want to do is really big, so I wanted to leave a lot of space for it, and it's going to go on the left-hand side beside the photo. So anyways, so this layout is kind of cheating a little bit. Although there's like no rules, you can do whatever you want, but it's kind of cheating because I'm making a title that's really big using lots of letter stickers and thickers, and I'm not really going to be doing journaling, but I kind of feel like the title is the journaling, if that makes sense. So you'll see what I mean as I go about it. So the other day when I was on Instagram, somebody had posted this word art of this quote, and as soon as I read it, I felt like it was speaking to like exactly why I scrapbook and who I want to be and what I'm doing with this hobby. So I really wanted it to be in my scrapbook. Like I felt like it needed to be there. So that is what I'm doing now. So the quote that I found on Instagram, and I'm really sorry if it was you who posted it. I cannot remember who exactly posted this quote, but it just really stood out to me, so that's why I wanted to include it. But the quote says, I hope that someday, when I'm gone, someone, somewhere, picks my soul up off the page and thinks I would have loved her. And oh, I just love that quote. I just think that like that is like the epitome of why I scrapbook. I don't know if that's true. I scrapbook for me and because I enjoy it and I enjoy the process and I love playing with pretty things, and it's like an artistic outlet for me and how I'm creative, and it's like one of the things that I'm super passionate about. But unlike a lot of people, I don't have kids. I'm single, so I don't have a spouse or a significant other. It's just me. And my friends and family are not really interested in my pages. They're not really interested in seeing what I'm creating. I scrapbook just for me. But I still hope that someday, somewhere, when I'm gone, that someone would find these scrapbooks in a box in an attic or something and pull them out and read them and flip through them and like see this like journey that I'm on in my life, and that they would think I would have really liked to know her, or I would have loved her, and that they feel like they know who I am from my scrapbooks, if that makes sense. Like I feel like my scrapbooks are a representation, or yeah, like it's a representation of me and who I am, and I put my heart on my pages and in my journaling and in what I'm doing, and I hope that people can see that through what I'm creating. So I kind of felt like this quote was summing up how I was feeling and what I want my scrapbooks to be. So I decided to scrapbook that quote with a selfie of myself, and I would have really liked to use kind of like one set of thickers, but it's such a long quote with so many letters and vowels that there's no way that that was going to happen. So instead I pulled out all of my black stickers and thickers and foam thickers and chipboard letters and pulled them all out, and then I am going to use them to create the title. And I kind of just picked whichever one I felt like I had the right letters for the title for. So I'm going to skip ahead so that you don't have to really like watch me painstakingly stick down every single letter. but I just wanted to make sure I had enough time to explain what I was doing and everything. Oh, by the way, I stuck down all of the stickers or the quote onto a piece of plastic packaging just so that I could kind of measure and see how much space I would need for each word and for the letter stickers, and I could kind of gauge whether or not I liked how the thickers and stickers were looking together. And then once I was done, I used this really thin, clear ruler, and I line up the letter stickers on the ruler, and then I stick them down. So that's kind of how I made that happen, and it worked out really well. After I had stuck down all the letters, I wanted to just add some final details and embellishments. So I grabbed my date stamp and I stamped the date, which was like January something 2018, because I made it, this is one of the first pages I made this year. And I stamped that down, and I just stamped it a few times at the bottom of the quote. I don't know where this quote comes from, like I can't remember who the author of the quote is, so I kind of feel like the date stamp makes it look finished, if that makes sense. So I wanted to add some embellishments to this page, but I didn't want it to take away from the background, which I really loved, the photo, or the quote. So I wanted to go with something kind of subtle, but also that would look really pretty. So I had these clear sequins, and there's 3 different sizes, like a big, a medium, and a small, and I kind of just sprinkled that around the page and then stuck them down wherever they look good. I probably put too many, but I actually think that it's kind of subtle, and it just adds this like really pretty like sparkly effect, just to kind of catch your eye and draw it around the page. So I like the way that it looks, and I glued those down with my Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. And I felt like it just needed one more thing on the right hand side of the photo. There's kind of like that empty space, and it just felt pretty blank. So I grabbed a gold paper clip and a little pink bow, and I'm going to just stick that there. And that's pretty much it for the layout. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you had fun watching how I printed a digital design on a scrapbook page, and I hope that you'll try it, and if you do, tag me on Facebook or Instagram so I can check it out. And don't forget to check out this awesome design by Larkindesign, and you can find that at larkindesign.squarespace.com. I'll leave a link for her and it below. See you soon!